Yay, full Normath.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is
De
sizzling.
Basson.
Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Epa. Testing, 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 testicles, testing, testicles, testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 1196 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and of course the slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and the hoes? It's your boy Papa Swole. Oh, what's going on, Facebook? What's going on, YouTube at Daily Swole Podcast? Best place to catch the live stream, YouTube Daily Swole Podcast. Again, that's YouTube Daily Swole Podcast. And of course, Instagram, the redheaded stepchild that kind of sits there on the side and kind of participates and kind of gets alerts and kind of shows up. So you're like the person that Instagram's like the person that butts into the conversation. Like you're having a conversation, everyone knows what they're talking about, and then Instagram comes over like, ha ha ha, yeah, I know the same exact thing. Everyone's like, oh God, this person again. You have no idea what we're talking about. They come over and just ruin everything. You're like, oh my God, Instagram again. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, you can stay. You can stay. We'll pretend like we like you. We can play like that. Oh, what up, DP? What up, King Darius in the casa? What's up, Ashley? Marija Masha. William Sprayhe. You guys got some good names today. Just cooking up some beef and sweet potatoes for the gym. Sweet Pete's. What's up, Beaches? What's up? What's good? What's up, Vince? What's up, James? James, can I call you Jaime? I call you Jaime now. Hello, James. Hola, Jaime. What we got here, Instagram is a nosy neighbor that everyone builds fences around. Ooh, tool time. The friendly neighbor. Hey, neighbor. What was that guy's name? Wilson? Was it Wilson? I always get that confused. I feel like no sound. Is there no sound on Instagram? Is that true? Say can you hear me on is Instagram? Why is the shirt? It's blazing hot. It's like 60 degrees in here. It's 60 degrees. Sound isn't working. Oh, again. All right, hold on. I'm going to cut this shit out. Okay. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Bye. Fuck that shit. God damn it, Instagram. Fucking sucks. All right, screw it. Maybe we stop just doing Instagram. Oh, well. All right, what's going on, Christine? It makes it easier, honestly, to look at one camera to not have to worry about Instagram. It's kind of a pain in the fucking ass until they allow me to stream to multiple platforms, like the biggest platform in the fucking world, pretty much, Instagram. Wilson. My friends call me Fergie. Ooh, oh, that's right, James Ferguson. Fergie, I get that. Kind of a rough land with that one because of Fergie. Working on my fitness. Instagram's the worst in many ways. Instagram is like Instagram's like a blend between YouTube and Twitter. Do TikTok instead. I have like 4,000 followers that I can't access my account because once TikTok bought Musical.ly, my account won't work. My account won't work on TikTok. I have to message them. I have to figure out how to message them to see if they can give me my shit back. Yeah. It's so weird seeing me in a shirt. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that better? Yeah, is that better? Look at those nips. Yeah, but this is my shirt. It's my gear. I flex, you flex, we all flex our fucking biceps. There we go. Sound is working here. Sound always works on this channel. It doesn't work on Instagram. Fuck that shit. Instagram's a blend between YouTube and Twitter. So you can literally just go through and kind of just get like a little snippet, like, okay, cool, that's the content. You can just look at the picture if there's text on the picture, and that's it. Kind of like my Twitter posts on Instagram. You can see what I say and just kind of look at it, boom, hit it, and move on. But then you can have, of course, video, a minute. You can have IGTV videos up to like an hour. But Instagram is just kind of like, I don't know. It can spread a lot of bad information really quickly. Really fucking quickly. I've been doing all these videos on the Instagram nutritionists, and I'm telling you people, I have so many more of these videos coming. I have another one that's probably coming tomorrow. I have another video I got to film, and it's all these copycat accounts. And what I've been getting in the DMs, I'm having people send me all this stuff because I'm sure you probably get them too. Maybe. Maybe it's because I have more followers. I don't know. If it depends on who you are listening and watching, but I get people messaging me, it's spam stuff like, hey, if you want to take your follower count, increase your followers, let us manage your account. We run a social media marketing, blah, blah, blah. And what I got a message. I got a message about, where's Papa? There she is. What's up, baby girl? What's up? What's up, mama? Everyone wants to see you. Want to show them your nips? Ooh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah. You're falling over the... Look at that full extension. All right, I'm just going to leave that there the entire podcast. There you go. Just leave it there. Just hang that open. She can, you can move now. You can... You alive? You good? All right. Okay. All right. I guess that's what we're doing today. Oh, there you go. All right. Right back to where we started. This fucking dog is ridiculous. I love you. She's so cute. Such a good pup. So the Instagram nutritionist, so you can, okay, where was I? I was talking about the marketing. All right, let's get back on. Well, this is not on topic. We're going to talk about yoga. Anyway, so I get a lot of messages from companies that are trying to sell packages, right? And I got a DM from someone else that is also a nutritionist. And she goes, well, I don't ride with those fucking twunts. However, I just want to let you know that a lot of people are in the nutrition world on Instagram are people that are actually, maybe nutritionists or dietitians or this, that, and the other nutrition coaches, but they don't know social media. And it's like, okay, that makes sense. A lot of people don't know a lot of things. So they hire these companies that give them a set, they give them content. They give them pictures to post, change your logo, change this, add your tag here. So a lot of people are signing up with these companies that have generic posts, that have all these pictures. That's why they look the same. That's why you have the whole split down the middle. Not to mention, you can just literally take a screenshot, copy someone else's picture, give them a shout out, tag them, and then all of a sudden it's your picture and your content. So it's just like a whole regurgitation. Everyone's creating things without creating anything. Now, what I do here on the podcast, I'm not creating fucking science. I'm not trying to create exercise. Oh, this is a brand new exercise. This is going to get a lot of views. That's why I don't post a lot of workout videos and workout content, because that's ubiquitous. That's commoditized. It's fucking easy to search, find a bench press, find a curl. That's not what gets people results, okay? That's not the fucking point that people have to improve on. It's not about the fucking exercise. It is, but it isn't. You got to do that right. But I think the training is the easiest fucking thing. I think the training is the easiest fucking thing. It is, but it isn't. And you can go both ways with this, but the training is so important. It's so important, but at the same time, this is good form. This isn't good form. Push. Oh, it burns? Well, get used to it. Fucking go. Go, go, go. The rest of it is hard. Remember the math we did a few episodes ago, maybe it was last week, that if you're in the gym 6 days a week for an hour, that's what? Maybe 4% of your week, 5% of your week, 6% of your week. So what are you doing 93% of the time, 94% of the time, 95% of the time? What are you doing all the time outside with your sleep, hydration, food, rest, recovery? That's what helps you rebuild. In terms of a time commitment, it's all the variables and chaos that happens outside the gym. When you go in the gym, you have control. When you go in the gym, you have control. You're in control. When you go in the gym, it's a controlled environment. It's a safe environment. It's not high risk. It is, but it isn't. If you have good form and you progress carefully and you don't do stupid shit, it's a safe environment. It's controlled. You have weights that are balanced. For better or for worse, obviously there's good things about chaos. There's good things about unknown. But if you're training, you're not trying to get hurt. And those of you that are fucking listening to this, and you are listening or you're watching me, you're not training for a competition. 99.9% of you are not training for a powerlifting competition. You're not training for the fucking NBA. You're not competing on stage with a bodybuilding show. You are training to be healthier. Be healthier. You're training to be healthier. What are you training for in the comments? Drop in the comments. You're training to be a healthier person. You want to lose some extra weight so you can feel better about your body. You want to get rid of that extra gut while you can. You don't want to have health complications or mobility complications. You want to play with your kids. You want to build some muscle and fill out your shirt a little bit more. There's aesthetic and there's ego reasons why. And there's ego reasons why I train. I like the way I look. I mean, I like a physique. I also like to feel good. So when that physique or training for a visual or an aesthetic look starts to encroach into how I feel, if I feel like shit, I don't want to do that anymore. And that's what I've been talking about now, where I'm doing so much yoga, because I want to feel good. I'll trade off maybe some of like the hardcore fitness or like lifting training. I'll trade that off for some more yoga and to feel good and to feel like I can move and not have aches and pains and inflammation. I want to mitigate that. That's more important to me. And your journey is going to be unique. But when it comes to, for example, the actual time spent, the volume, fuck, most of your time you're not in the gym. So if you're not getting results, is it because of what you're doing in the gym? Sure, it certainly could be. If you go to the gym and you don't do anything, you walk through the door, you swipe your little membership card or your key tag. Okay, that doesn't mean you're going to get a great fucking workout. Doesn't mean that you're putting in the effort. Doesn't mean you're creating the overload. It's a short period of time, but it's very important what you do in that short period of time. That makes a huge difference for what your body is going to do outside the gym when you recover. That makes a big difference, bitches. It makes a huge fucking difference. Huge fucking difference. You train to beat Goku. We got some Dragon Ball Z peeps in the house. Rising Phoenix. I got those burps. Health and strength to do more. Cool. More energy. Yoga helps, or this helps with my anxiety. I train to gain muscle. I train to gain muscle. I train to get pumped. I train to build muscle. Yeah. Health and feeling good in general. All right. Cool. Health, strength, better mental stability, self-discipline. Vegeta. Oh, yeah, Vegeta. So anyway, the Instagram and the whole nutrition, it's copy and paste. It's like that kind of information. Like I was saying, you're going to see more videos on that. You're going to see more content that I'm doing on that and on those Instagram nutrition fucking things. But I'm telling you, people, like there's so many of them and you're getting that content that's just regurgitated. And it's regurgitated probably from these marketing companies that are spamming all these inboxes of people that have 10, 20, 30, 40,000 followers that don't really know how to use Instagram. And then they're just saying, hey, get our services. We'll pay for followers. We'll get you engagement and we'll provide you with the content. And people are like, cool, you'll post for me? Oh, you'll share content or you'll provide me with the whole thing? I don't know how to use the Photoshop. I don't know how to create pictures and create content. Cool. I'll just put my logo here. That's it. And it's only at $500 a month. Wow, that's a great deal. And then people do that and then all their posts fucking look the same. And it's so easy to jump on a bandwagon, isn't it? Isn't it easier to jump on a bandwagon? It's easier just to fucking follow someone that's flying a flag, whether it comes about, keto or paleo or vegan or healthy at every size. It's just the same fucking thing. Everyone just wants to follow what someone else has already done. It's like, oh, there's a following. There's a group of people that already believe in this. Let me jump on it and start harping about it because it's trending. And that's how you can tell when people just start spewing this shit that's a fad, that's now, that's society now. That's when you know, all right, this person's a follower. They're just trying to get attention that is already there. They're not trying to create their own thing. They don't have their own content. They don't have their own voice. I have my own fucking voice. I only like to surround myself with people that have their own voice. Alan Roberts, Every Damn Day Fitness, has his own voice. Michelle has his own voice, has her own voice. And John, like the fucking Swole Vengers, John has his own voice. And John's going to be on the podcast next week, by the way. Obese to Beast is going to be on the podcast on Wednesday. I'll post more about it. We just locked down that time next week. So everyone's got their own voice and their own story, but it's unique. And it's important to recognize real. It's important to recognize people that are actually being themselves and being authentic. And we have our entertainment, we have our approach, we have how we make our footage and how we integrate comedy or our personality. And that's fucking important. It's important to have your own twist and at least give good information and not try to fucking swing people to some social message. The facts and health does not keep that away from the feelings. Keep that shit away from your feelings, yo. I don't care if you feel like this is nice for people. It doesn't matter what you feel. Come on, if you're fucking obese, you're not in a good place. There's nothing about healthy at every size that makes any fucking sense. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to be inclusive. You're trying to be nice to people. Stop. Help people step the fuck up and stop being so goddamn soft. Anyway, Fuck, I'm ready to rage. And we're going to talk about yoga today, so it's going to bring us back down. It's going to be, bring it back down. Bring it back down. Easy, Papa. Easy, Papa. Okay, do you practice yoga? Let's bring this back to the main topic now that we got everyone here. Did I get a chance to watch Fatopia yet? No, I don't have any plans to. I don't want to watch it. I don't. Did I get a chance? I'm not making a chance. I got too much shit to make. I don't want to sit down and watch that movie. Sorry. Documentaries, I'll get the snippets, I'll get the feedback. I'll watch some clips. I'm not going to sit there and watch an hour or 2 hours of a movie. If I do anything, I want to unplug. I want to listen to something educational. I want to listen to a podcast that's going to give me some fucking information, something that's going to help my brain, not something that's going to poison my shit. All right, let's talk about yoga. How much are you doing yoga? How often are you doing yoga? So I was thinking the other day, because I've been practicing a lot of yoga, and this is great for those of you that are also in Swole X. So those of you that are using our yoga studio inside Swole X, you're doing the Swole 7s, you're doing the Swolga classes, you're doing the level 1, level 2, yin yoga, block classes, vinyasa, ashtanga. Those of you that are in Swole X, this applies to you as well. And also those of you that are outside X that aren't members yet, and you are practicing yoga on your own. Maybe you're doing YouTube videos, maybe you're doing stuff at your local gym or local yoga studio. There are different types of yoga. I'm not going to get into the spiritual side. I don't know all of them on the top of my head. There's different limbs of yoga. There's different styles. So there's yin, there's ashtanga, there's vinyasa, there's this, that, and the other. And there's the chakras. And there's that kind of the philosophy behind it and the spiritual aspects. All well and good if you want to believe in that. But let's talk about the physical and the immediate physical and psychological benefits to yoga, and actually the physical application of some of these styles of yoga, because there are some great complementary styles of yoga, pretty much all of them, but with program design and scheduling that are optimal for you to partner up with your resistance training. So everyone that watches this podcast and everyone that's probably into fitness, really in general, is lifting weights. Most, I would say, well over 90% of people that are in fitness, that are doing fitness things, you're lifting weights to some extent. You're doing some type of resistance, whether it's body weight, whether it's a group exercise class where you're picking up pink dumbbells, whether you're going to the gym and slamming some fucking steel and you're doing powerlifting. Most people are lifting weights with whatever type of cardio, whatever style, whether it's HIIT training, doesn't matter. You're lifting weights to some degree, okay? Yoga helps balance out that force, that tension, that stress. So I've said many times, your body is an adaptation machine. Your body's an adaptation machine. Your body will adapt to the environment you put it in. So if you go to the gym and you create this resistance environment where you're trying to overcome that external force on a regular basis, whether it's 4, 5, 6 days a week, whatever your split is, over time, if you progressively overload your body, over time, you are going to build muscle. Your body is going to adapt to that constant tension, that constant stress that's always on it. Your body doesn't want to be under stress. Your body doesn't want to be exposed to this shit. But if you're forcing it to, in other words, you're going to the gym and you're putting it in this environment where there's fucking weights pushing down and your body's like, no, get off me. And you're like, do it again. Your body's like, no, get off me. And you're like, do it again. And you're like, no, get off me. Your body's like, do it again, y'all. And you're like, no, get off me. And you're just fucking, oh my God, fucking, oh my God. After a while, your body's going to say, fuck this. This is really hard. It's going to adapt to getting that fucking weight off your chest. And for those of you that are listening, I was demonstrating a bench press. That's all you're doing. You're voluntarily subjecting your body to trying to not die. Your body's like, oh, fuck this, get this off me. You're like, no, let's do another rep. Your body's like, oh no, fuck, get this off me. And if you do that enough, your body is going to adapt and realize, shit, I need to adapt to this situation. It's like the weather, warm climate. Your body is literally adapting to get better at getting that fucking bar off your chest. Because if it doesn't, guess what? You're going to be stuck there or get hurt or die or something like that. It's a defense mechanism. That's what adaptation is. It's a negative feedback system. That being the case, we need to balance out that tension, because even after a workout, your body's just went through a lot of resistance. So your body is overcoming tension, overcoming external force for an hour and a half, maybe a couple times a week, several times a week. So over time, you're just at that built-in, that internal tension that just gets built up, kind of gets trapped. And I'm not using any scientific terms right now, but you get muscle fibers that kind of get balled up, that don't fully lengthen afterwards. You got a lot of stuff, a lot of cells, a lot of shit going on inside, and things just don't go back to normal after a workout. There's trauma, there's micro tears, there's inflammation, there's fluids that get stuck, and byproducts of exercise and adhesions and all these different things that are even over my pay grade, all these different things on a real chemical molecular basis that your body has to deal with. You don't notice it because it's too small. You don't feel it. You just feel, ow, that hurts. You don't know all the mechanisms, nor do you have to. It's an amazing machine, your body. Your body just does it. It'll fix it. But we can help it. We can help your body get fixed. We can help the recovery. We can aid the recovery by making sure that the body learns how to repair and understands that, okay, we're going to repair, but with this resting length. We're going to repair with this ability to move. We're going to repair, blah, blah, blah. That's where yoga comes in terms of complementing the strength training. Now, I know there's some yogis out there that probably don't believe in weights. Like, no, yoga's all you need. I don't believe that weights are all you need. Can you live and survive just doing yoga all the time? Sure. Can you live and survive just doing weights? Sure. That depends on the person, the application, what you want. I think there's a wonderful balance between both that will complement each other and keep you fucking healthy. It's going to keep you locked in. It's going to keep you locked in and consistent. That's one of the biggest and most important things about yoga. It's going to help you stay consistent for your weight training, help mitigate that high risk with injury because it's going to help you improve and maintain your mobility. It's going to help with your muscle activation. It's going to help with everything psychologically and physically. Now, there's a certain type of yoga that's really great to complement resistance training. We have this in we have this in big time inside Swole X, and we're adding new classes all the time. That's called yin yoga. You might have heard, Raja yoga. There's different ways to call it, but it's a very passive, connective tissue type yoga where you're not engaging muscles. You're allowing gravity to just get deep into the fascial connective tissue. One of the issues with yin yoga, if you're very, very tight, it's very hard to get into some of these positions. Now, I love yin yoga. I think it's fantastic. I love it when it's hot, like really hot. I think it's a great complement to strength training. But I notice personally that I get, in many ways, more benefit from doing moving yoga. And what I mean by moving yoga, when I do a vinyasa class or I do just a regular yoga class where I'm activating muscle in addition to passively lengthening and inhibiting muscles. I like a blend. There's great yang to yin classes. There's great fire and ice classes where you're doing like a certain portion at the beginning. You're doing, more muscle engagement. And then at the end, you follow up with very passive stretching. Because if you're just holding a stretch and you're laying over your arm, you'll get numb. You'll feel that release. It'll be great. But you come out, you're like, oh, but you're just inhibiting. You're not strengthening or activating everything. So that's only one part of the puzzle. You're inhibiting some tight muscles. You are shutting down certain and lengthening, and you're creating a lot more plastic change. In other words, the muscle and the ligaments and tendons are more likely to maintain a longer resting length after doing longer holds, 5, 6, 7 minutes plus. But it's really important to have that activation. And that's where corrective exercise comes in. That's one of the benefits of yoga, that you're doing strengthening. You're strengthening your glutes, and you're also lengthening your hip flexors. So it's one thing just to stretch. You could do a great stretch where you just hold it for a long time, and it's just lengthening your hip flexors. Great. What about strengthening your glutes? Because that hip flexor is going to get right up and just tight right back again. It's like getting a massage and you feel great for a day or two or one day, and then your neck locks up again. It's because you're just inhibiting, and then it's coming right back because you're not solving the problem. So the way that yoga is so effective, especially when you're doing a full flow, whether it's vinyasa or ashtanga or different types where you're doing actual activation, not just going passive with gravity, you are strengthening in addition to your inhibition. You're actively and you're more dynamic through this range of motion. You're creating more, and this is my experience, you're creating more of a permanent change because you are complementing both sides of what needs to happen around that joint. You're not just inhibiting. You're not just lengthening. You're lengthening muscles and ligaments and tendons that need to be lengthened, but at the same time, on the complementary side of that joint, for whatever movement you're doing, whether it's flexion, extension, rotation, you are also strengthening. So you're strengthening and lengthening. And that's one of the best approaches to yoga that I've found personally, because when I just do yin, a lot of positions, I'm just too tight. A lot of positions, I'm just too tight to get into it. I'm just too tight to fold into it. And I just don't feel like I'm getting as much out of it. I feel like I get more out of a yoga class if I do both, if I do the resistance or more of an active yoga class and then do yin, or I just do an active yoga class on its own. The challenge is to make sure that you're not overdoing it, because if you're engaging muscles and you're doing hardcore power yoga, that's going to wear you down. And that's going to affect your recovery for your strength training. So it's important to schedule this properly. And, if you're doing 2 classes a day, it's really good to offset a resistance training class with a yin style or a lower intensity, a gentle flow, things like that will help you recover, not wear you down more. So just keep that in mind when you're scheduling or trying a yoga class or organizing your program, that you're not just doing more to do more. Like today is the first day in about a week that I didn't go to yoga class tonight because I just woke up funky. I went to lift. I had a decent workout. My head was kind of hurting. I think I was just a little dehydrated, and it was too much. I didn't want to go to yoga tonight. I have stuff I need to do. So tomorrow I'm going to go and we'll be back on it. But fucking been crushing the yoga and I feel great. But you have to also understand what your body needs in terms of recovery. And since it's been such a huge uptick with my practice of yoga, that's a lot for your body to adapt to. It's a lot for my body to adapt to. So I have to be aware that maybe my body just needs a day off from that type of movement, and then I'll be back in it tomorrow. One day it's going to be fine, but I want to feel good. I don't want to overdo it. I'm not trying to affect my health negatively by doing too much or too many things for my health. That's counterintuitive. Why do 2 a day and crush myself and feel like shit when the whole idea is to feel better by doing it and to prioritize my yoga? So I'm having a great experience prioritizing my fitness more towards the mobility and the yoga now, rather than just all lifting and then trying to squeeze in some yoga, because it's very easy to say you're going to do more yoga and practice at home and have distractions. So some of you might love to do it at home. Some people might have a space for it. If you don't have space, or you're not inspired, or you have too many distractions, you're not going to be able to unplug. And for me, doing a class where it's not in my office, that's really powerful because it's like a moving meditation. It unplugs me from what I have to do. And if you're always sitting there with your phone, or you have things around you that are always accessible that can steer you away from where you should be focusing on your mat, that's a risk. Because if you're doing yoga, do yoga. Don't be doing yoga for 5 minutes and then check your phone and the kids run in and blah, blah, blah. You do what you can, but you want to try to unplug as much as you can. You want to unplug as much as you can. I mean, a few days off from weights is fine, but just don't take days off from weights and do nothing. Do some active recovery, do some mobility, and do some address your other aspects of your fitness. It's not just about breaking down; it's about building back up. So, give your active recovery more attention. There are many different types of yoga. There's Vinyasa, Ashtanga. There's Iyengar. There's Yin, there's Raja, there's many different types of yoga. You should start with a beginner class. Anywhere you go, any studio, it'll mark which ones. You can always call up and ask if there's a beginner class, what would be best for you. An all levels class, most yoga classes are all levels. Any good yoga studio, it's always all levels. And you can always modify. So if you're doing a yoga class in a studio and it's exhausting and your arms don't have that kind of endurance yet, and you just need to rest, just go into a child's pose, or you turn around and lie down your back, and any decent instructor won't care. You have to work at your own pace. And that's the beauty of yoga. There is no good or bad. So even if you are struggling with the class, or you're struggling with getting better, that's the purpose. I mean, you're not used to it. You're not skilled at it yet. You're not a yoga expert. That's why you're practicing. It's a practice. Nutrition's a practice. Lifting's a practice. Doing podcasts, it's a practice. The more you do it, the better you get. Shocker. If you do something more often, you get better at it. Oh my God. The logic hurts my brain. It hurts my brain. Stop it. So much logic. Almost thought I was missing live today, which has never happened in 1,200 days. Why would I I'm not going to miss live? Get the fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. So glad I can have your nuts on my chin while I'm eating. There you go. Well, if my nuts are on your chin and you're eating, guess what you're eating? Knowledge cock. Oh. That's right. It's where it belongs. If you're getting some good knowledge cock, the nuts rest right on the chin. Make it comfortable. Thank you. If you could all do me a favor, and before I go live next time, just take a warm towel, take a wet towel, put it in the microwave for like 10, 15 seconds, and just put on your chin. Make it nice and warm. Get it ready for me, because I don't like a cold chin. I mean, I'll warm it up. Don't get me wrong, but it's always nice. It's respect. It's respect. I mean, it's like you're setting a placemat. You're opening the door for me. It's like, oh, thank you. I appreciate the warm chin. It's common courtesy, in my opinion. Well, thank you for that, Dalton. I appreciate it. Hell yeah, it does. It has all the yoga videos. for those of you that are wondering, and I like to talk about yoga, but the reason why I talk about yoga is not just to say, hey, join Swolenormous X, but literally that's why we have an entire yoga studio. So we just added another new class this past week, and we got more editing and more coming. So that's why I created Swolenormous X, and that's why we have meditation, the yoga studio, everything in there, because it's important. If you're going to have one-stop shop where you can come in and fucking get all your programs and training and yoga, it's everything. So I agree, but you can definitely go on YouTube and do a search. I don't have any recommendations because I don't go and search yoga classes on YouTube. I make the yoga classes and I provide them to fucking X members. So I do my part for what's on the internet. And, but there's definitely stuff you could do at your gym. Some of your gym memberships might actually, if you go the group exercise schedule, you might actually have it included in your membership. You can do it at your local gym. It's just great to get your feet wet. If you don't know, just try a little video, see how you like it. And don't judge all your yoga on one instructor or one class or one location. You know, it's important to find a studio and an instructor and a flow and stuff that you like. What's up, Donna? You are so cutting edge on understanding of physiology. Cutting edge? I don't follow all the studies, but I do use common sense. I feel like common sense is a superpower, and that it's like common sense is cutting edge. We don't use common sense normally. Common sense is cutting edge now. The new yin offers resistance stretching like Janu Sarasana, seated HS stretch. Activate. Okay. I don't know if you're talking to me. You said I was so cutting edge, and then I had no idea what you said. Seated HS stretch. The new yin. What's new yin? I don't know if there's new yin. I know what yin is. But of course, if you get into the whole yoga world and you go deep, there's probably 1,000 different subsects of everything. So, mental benefits or yoga? What do you mean? Is it similar to meditation since it's mindful mobility? It's not meditation. Meditation is often misunderstood. Meditation, you can meditate right now. You could always be meditating. It's mindfulness. It's awareness. So when you're doing yoga, which is why I like to cut myself off and be focusing. I'm going to get to you in a second, Donna. HS is not an acronym for hamstrings. HS, I've never seen that before. HS. So maybe I'm not as advanced as you said I was. But meditation, it's mindful mobility, sure. That's what's great about leaving it all on the mat and staying on your mat. It's your little circle. Don't bring your phone on it. Don't focus on anything else. When I do yoga, because it's a challenge for me, and you push yourself and you're breathing and you're focusing on what you're doing in the moment. Most people don't live in the moment and focus on what's in the moment. And I'm not always in the moment. Try to be. But at the same time, when you're doing yoga, there's nowhere else to be. You're fucking doing a downward dog and you're raising your leg and you're twisting, like trying to breathe and control your breath. I mean, there's no other moment that you're in. You're fucking feeling it all right there. And it's really important. I think that with meditation, don't do one or the other. You do both. But it's once you practice meditation more and more, you carry that feeling. You carry that kind of like, none of this fucking matters in a good way. It's like, I understand this, or I can let this go, or I can manipulate this, or I can view this in a different way, or I don't have to take this that seriously. That's what meditation does. It helps you organize your thoughts and like assess new thoughts throughout the day. Yeah. Reps for Jackie. Thank you. If my legs are overdeveloped, let's keep the comments to yoga today. Let's focus on yoga. Yoga. I try to get 30 to 40 minutes of yoga every day, plus 600 to 700 calorie deficit done. Has to be enough until I can afford a gym membership. If you're trying to lose weight, you don't need a gym membership to lose weight. You just got to eat less. No one likes to talk about that, but you can't fake a calorie deficit if you don't have enough energy in your body. Your body's going to find it from somewhere. You don't just magically gain when you're in a deficit. Where's it coming from? The fuck out of here. Can I recommend good stretches for the legs? Yoga. Practice a yoga that you're cleared for. If you're trying to do physical therapy, see what you're cleared for medically. I could recommend good stretches. I can't just say them and you're going to know what I'm talking about. So do your therapy. Yeah, do your therapy and see what yoga you're cleared for. I mean, you might be great with yin yoga and stuff like that. Is there such a thing as goat yoga? I think there is, where I don't know where the goats just kind of hang out. I don't know. Sounds like a stupid gimmick. You definitely don't need goats for yoga. And if you're doing anything with goat yoga, you're not really doing yoga and you're not focusing on the right shit. Don't go to yoga for goats. If anyone invites you to goat yoga, tell them to go fuck themselves and call them a jabroni. Will yoga help? Well, knee valgus, that's what, with the knees caving in? Yeah, you strengthen the glute medius for sure. Doing that with glute activation, doing that with hip abduction exercises, doing that with the proper balancing of your external rotators and your hip abductors, lengthening your hip flexors. Yeah, I mean, it's a great combination to weight training and to corrective exercise. So just doing yoga alone is great. Doing yoga with weight training is extra great. Doing yoga with weight training with focused corrective exercise and activation exercise that are isolating certain areas of the body. Yes, that's just a great combination. It's a great combination. Yoga will help you stay more consistent. If you want results, consistency is number one. Doesn't matter if you have the best program, best diet, best this. There is no best of anything. But if there was, doesn't matter if you're doing it 1 week and then you're skipping 2 weeks, or you're not doing it for endless, you're not fucking consistent. Doesn't matter what you have done. What are you doing now? What are you doing now that you're going to be doing tomorrow, the next day, the next day? If you can't maintain what you're doing, whether it's diet or training, you're not going to stick to it. If it's unstickable, if it's unmaintainable, you're not going to get results because you're not exposing yourself to that kind of stress and forcing an adaptation. Your body doesn't want to adapt. Your body doesn't want to lose weight. Your body does not want to build muscle. And we'll have to do another episode on this where I fucking rage, but your body does not want to do either of those things. I know it might seem like, oh, well, you want your body to. I want to gain some weight. Doesn't fucking matter. Your body doesn't give a shit what you want in your head. Your body doesn't want to gain weight. Your body doesn't want to lose weight. It doesn't want to. It's happy where it is. Why change? Just like how you are psychologically, change is awkward. Like, oh, I'm uncomfortable with change. Your body doesn't give a fuck about change. Your body is fine the way it is because it adapted to where you are now. It's adapted right now. Your body is adapted to whatever you do. Right now, whatever you're doing, whatever your life is, whatever your experiences with training and yoga and meditation, your body is adapted to where you are in your life. You're adapted right now. Your body doesn't want to change. It works all the time, nonstop, 24 hours a day to adapt to what you're doing most often. And if you're not training often or doing yoga often or eating properly often, your body has no reason to really change and it's going to stay the same. How come I'm not losing weight? How come I'm not building muscle? Because you're not forcing your body to. You're not exposing your body consistently enough to those stressors to force it to adapt. Your body doesn't give a fuck. It doesn't give a fuck. It's work. Your body doesn't want to work. Your body doesn't want to change. It will if it has to. So if you put in a caloric deficit and you're exercising, your body's like, well, fuck, I need energy from somewhere. It's going to take from your fat ass. Will yoga help with tendinitis in elbows and knees? I don't have tendinitis. I'm just wondering. Asking for a friend. It can. Tendinitis is inflammation. Depends on what caused the inflammation and what you're doing to. But I love it for any kind of like injuries or things that kind of nagging. It works great for me, but it depends on what the issue is. If you have inflammation, like if you blew out your ACL and that's a ligament, but it's like, fuck, it's not going to heal that, but it can definitely strengthen shit around it. But you got to be cleared for exercise and be mindful and be aware of what you're doing and what your limitations are. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell me a story I don't like. That was good. Let that one rip, motherfuckers. Dodie tried yin yang today, and the peach can definitely feel it. Hot tub tonight is in order. Ooh, sounds sexy. Hot tub for Dodie. Good for you. I actually recovered from my first car accident practicing yoga every day. Sarah. Damn. See how epic that can be? You can make a lot of physical change by adding yoga. Even just yoga. Honestly, I've said this many times. If I had to choose between weights and yoga for the rest of my life, I don't know what I would choose. I'm not sure if I would choose weights because after a while, you just get so stiff and so tight. I mean, you can lift you can lift in a way that will promote more mobility. You can do more full range of movements, but heavy strength training is heavy strength training. It builds up so much tension. You get so sore. It's like, fuck, I would never want to give up yoga. That's a really hard question. And I say I would probably choose yoga, but I mean, when am I ever going to be exposed to that choice and I have to only do this for the rest of my life? Like, well, I definitely think it's an important way to skew your training as you get older, though. Oh, that was a neck crack. One time. Come on, other side. Come on. Ah, stuck. Couldn't get it. Alex Vandergeist. I started meditating again thanks to listening to Daily Swole since I was made redundant, and with my partner going away to join military. Soon my binge eating is through the roof and it helps. Meditation's great. It's fantastic. Yeah, it'll help you. It's great for those types of eating disorders and issues where you just don't have self-control, because when you have those thoughts that come into your fucking headspace and you're able to be more mindful about why you're having those thoughts, where they're coming from, what you need to really address, it changes the game. You don't have to be like a victim to that impulse feeling. The impulse to, oh, I want to eat that. If you're more aware and you're in your own head and you're observing your thoughts as they happen and you're more aware of like your thought process, you'll be able to resist things a lot more and contextualize it a lot more. You'll slack a lot less and you'll fall off your shit a lot less. Water aerobics too. Water aerobics can be good for elderly and for people that have, I lost that question. For people that have like impact injuries. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for people that are super fucking healthy unless you're doing super intense like water training with weights and stuff like that. Very few places have things like that. Just water aerobics, it's great, but you know, less stress on your joints, but it doesn't help for like bone density and things like that. But all movement's good for the most part. Fall into dust. I actually struggle with binge eating because I'm 2 months post show. So now I'll try that. So you did a competition? Yeah. Fitness, bodybuilding, physique shows are so bad for eating disorders. They fuck people up. Getting that super lean it's not a healthy, again, right? Healthy at every size. Are you healthy at 3% body fat? No, you're not healthy. You're on stage for a fucking show. This is like a presentation type thing. This is not like, hey, this is how I'm healthy. No, it's not. That's where you could just blow a fucking hole in that healthy at every size bullshit. You're not healthy at every fucking size. Take an anorexic. You ain't healthy. People die from that shit. People die from obesity. Oh, but healthy at every size. Yeah, you can also be stupid at every size too. And what's funny, all these Instagram nutritionists, I know we're getting back off topic, but all these Instagram nutritionists that put the HAES, the healthy at every size, and you know, food and like, you know, love yourself and love, you know, give yourself permission, all this stuff. They're usually not in great shape. They're usually average people or they're overweight a little bit themselves. I'm like, I don't want to look like you. Why would I follow your fucking advice, your shit advice? It's the lazy, easy way out. Let me go against culture. Oh, wow. Look at you, you fucking rebel. Look at you. Look at you. If you start looking at science and actual results and what happens when people are obese or extremely emaciated, it's just reality. Can't deny reality. It's just, that's the way it is. Just because you don't feel like it doesn't mean it's not true. Fucking Instagram nutritionist. Everyone's an Instagram nutritionist. Everyone's a coach. Everyone's a fitness coach. I'm a nutrition coach. I'm a health coach. I'm a beach body coach. I'm a coach. Fucking hate that fucking word. I'm a coach. Okay. Rah, rah. You can do it. You can do it. Of course you can fucking do it. And you don't need anyone's help. It's great to have great information. It's great to have a community of people that keep you inspired and correct you and check your shit. That's what we do inside Swolenormous X. We keep you off the fucking bullshit train. So you got a question, you post up in the group, you post up in the community, on the forums, on the site, or in the Facebook group. You get feedback. Pretty fucking instant too. You get feedback, you get input, you get that support. You got to surround yourself. Insulate people. Insulate yourselves. Insulate. Stop following so many people. Delete who you follow. Clean up your timelines. Clean up what you see. Stop looking at the fucking news. Stop watching every last fucking thing that everyone fucking posts. Find a select few people that keep you on your shit, that inspire you to be better, and that's all you look at. I don't go into people's content. I don't want to watch that documentary. I don't want to watch that fucking I don't want to watch that Fatopia. I don't want to spend that much time in my life. I like making content. I like having fun. I like making fun of people. I like roasts. I like things like that when people start saying stupid shit. But aside from that, I focus on my own stuff. Focus on your shit. Focus on your training. Focus on your nutrition. Surround yourself with people that are positive influences in your life. Don't just follow people because everyone else does. But that's what happens a lot of times. You follow popular people because they're popular, because people follow them. And then it's like this vicious cycle. And then by the time they have millions of followers, like, the fuck is this person talking about? Who are they talking to? What are they saying? Nonsense. Like Madeline Georgetta, nonsense. Nonsense. Going off the fucking deep end. I keep getting sent DMs and stuff that she's doing. Fucking nut job. She's completely lost it. When you dig yourself in that deep with this type of bullshit, you can't come back out. You have to keep on going deeper. Otherwise, you're a hypocrite. So she sunk herself. No joke. It's not going to end well. Part of me feels bad, but you do that to yourself. You have all these opportunities. You can still make it right. You can still fucking stop that and go back the way it was and say, you know what? I fucked up. Better to be honest than to burn your business to the fucking ground. Do I have a recommendation for someone? I'll take a couple questions now. Some of you asked some off-topic questions earlier. If you want to ask them again, I'll take a couple questions before we wrap up. Do I have a recommendation for someone? Certification, experience. The certification is not going to make or break. You can do NASM, you can do NSCA. There's a lot. Depends on where you live, depends on what you can afford. But passing a test is pretty much that. You pass a test, you need to have experience. So make sure that you shadow someone that you respect, and a certification will give you that minimum level of competency and will allow you to work at gyms, get insurance and things like that. But it's not going to make you a good trainer, but it'll definitely teach you a lot of stuff about the body. But it's all about how you apply that and how much experience you generate from that. So I would, depends on how you learn, depends on what your background is. Because some people have a lot of background in fitness, they're just not certified. Some people are like, hey, I'm an accountant, but I want to do personal training, and I've never been in the gym. It's like, well, you have a lot to fucking work on. You got a long way to go. I've been resistance training for 9 years. I feel that a newbie signing up for yoga would feel intimidated. But is that how a newbie would feel signing up for the gym for resistance training? Intimidated, that's, again, fine. So what? No one cares. That's not to be cold, but it's true. You're intimidated to go to yoga? Okay. So you got to have a first class somewhere. Just go. Everyone starts somewhere. Every person that's a yoga instructor has done yoga for the first time at some point in their life. Everyone remembers. No one's going to make fun of you. Yeah, people are always intimidated by things. That's why people don't take fucking action. Everyone's intimidated. Everyone's intimidated to post something on social media. I don't make a video. People are going to judge me. Of course they're going to judge you. They're going to judge you if you do it, if you don't do it, if you do it well, if you do it poorly. You're getting judged all the time. Prejudice is a real thing, and prejudice is a good thing. We prejudge things to protect ourselves from danger. We always prejudge people. We prejudge until we can judge them accurately. So if I look at someone and I hear them talking, like I'm judging, you're always assessing, judging, assessing, same fucking thing. But yeah, you're going to be, can you use resistance bands during yoga? Can you? Don't. There's no need to. Unless you're doing a prop class and you're using a strap or a block, why would you use resistance bands during yoga? Don't do one of those blend stupid yoga strength classes or yoga pump. Don't fucking get into that dumb shit. Do yoga. Do yoga. Like, do it. Do yoga. Don't get into that fancy foof stuff that's just trying to, the bar classes and all this. Everyone's trying to market and trademark some new style of something. No, just do the real shit. All of it, Janelle. Do yoga. Some good yoga poses for low back pain. Practice yoga. It's not about, it's not like there's a move. It depends on why you have low back pain. Everything's connected to the lower back and to the hips. You got the hamstrings, the quads, you got the calves that affect the ankle joint, which is going to affect your static and dynamic posture up to your lower back. Then you have the lats that attach from the fucking hips all the way up to the humerus. Then you have the spinal erectors. Then you have the thoracic spine. You have the pecs. You have the shoulders. You have the neck. Everything's going to come back to that source. So you release pressure and you practice yoga, it's going to release all that tension around your lower back. Depends on what's actually causing the problem. So Like if I just said, oh, do this yoga pose, you're going to do it. You're not going to see it. I mean, maybe a little benefit. It's about practicing regularly. So as long as you're cleared and you're not having like actual pain, like pain, practice yoga. Simple. Sean Scathers. I got these nose itches when I do this podcast. All the nose hairs are going in. My beard hairs. I've thought about doing 2-a-days. I'm a big guy who's trying to lose weight. Should I lift twice a day or do cardio once and lifting the other? You probably don't need twice a day. You're just trying to think that more is better. So I would recommend doing lifting once a day and doing yoga. I would say do yoga and lifting rather than yoga and lifting and cardio. People need to do less cardio and more yoga. For all the cardio that people do, for all the popularity and the overblown necessity for cardio that people, if you're doing cardio 5 sessions a week, cut it down, do yoga 3 and do cardio 2. Like just, you need to, like, if you don't have time to do yoga, no, take your cardio time, whatever you do for fucking cardio, and start doing more yoga. Take some of that and add it and do yoga instead. If my legs are overdeveloped, how do I go about my split to create that balance back in my body? Train your upper body more. You answer your own question. How do you go about your split? I don't know what your split is. Do more upper body and do less lower body. These questions, people, come on. Let's put a little brain behind the questions. Just do more. If your legs are overdeveloped, don't train your legs so much. Do more upper body. Done. Yeah, all done. Do it. Yoga is everything. We all start somewhere. You'll love it. Yeah. It's from Jackie. Yeah. If there was a yoga routine put in a CrossFit routine, would there be more elite athletes in the games? I don't fucking care. Who knows? I have no idea. Would there be many more? I don't think it matters for whoever's doing whatever they're taking and doing. No idea. Yoga's going to help everyone, though. Good shit. There you go. Literally finished a hot yoga class, opened up Facebook and saw this. Hells yeah. Brian, I'm training to gain muscle and I lift weights 4 days a week. How many days should I focus on yoga? Do a couple. I mean, you lift 4 days a week. What are you doing the other 3 days? Do it 3 days a week. Start with 2, start with 3. Just start doing it. Whether or not it's once or twice or thrice, just start doing it. Do it on your off days. I have not done aerial yoga. I'm sure when you're doing upside down stuff, anytime you're doing upside down, you're kind of hanging the body in different ways, inversions, decompressing the spine. It's cool. I love doing dead hangs for my arms. I'm sure upside down has benefits too. I've never done it myself, but I mean, I would definitely get into doing regular yoga first before you start doing that. Even without trying it, I would start with the real yoga, and then aerial can be fun. I mean, I'm sure it has some benefits. But just do it in conjunction. Maybe your studio offers that too, so it could be something that you like to do. I love yoga. It helped my back pain from a car accident when I was pregnant. Oh shit. There you go. Yoga's amazing. It's amazing. So the most important lesson that we can talk, that we kind of like covered, is the fact that the activation. And I know I said yoga hacks. I didn't have like I said, oh, this is a yoga hack. This is a yoga hack. The fucking hack for yoga is to practice fucking yoga and stop thinking about it. Stop debating it. Stop being like, oh, well, Papa talks about it. Fucking go do it. That's the hack. And the other aspect is to, for me personally, I love yin yoga, but I love the activation. I love the activation. I love when your body is not completely passive when you're doing yoga, because then you are strengthening as well as inhibiting. You're doing both. You're moving actively and consciously through the postures. You're not just being passive, and that can give you a lot of accelerated benefits. So those of you that need corrective exercise, those of you that are looking to activate your glutes more, you have back pain because your glutes are weak, or you have tight hamstrings and your hip flexors and blah, blah, blah. Yoga's amazing. There's no reason to wait. Don't wait. Don't keep pushing it off. Get started and practice yoga today. And if you want to just get started now in your home, and you can stream it on your TV, phone, laptop, computer, check out swolenormousx.com. Full yoga studio, new classes every single month. So go check it out. Those of you that are in X, this is exactly how you should be thinking about your yoga practice and adding it in and leveling up when we're talking about yang to yin. We're talking about prop classes. We're talking about the level 1, level 2, Ashtanga classes, Vinyasa classes. Make sure that you are doing a breadth of them. Make sure you're adding in both types of that variety depending on what your needs are. That way you're not missing any aspects of your yoga practice. What's up, pups? Baby girl? Yeah. Oh, got some sexy butt. Let me see what we got here. Just before we go, see everyone, say hi. Say hi, mama. Yeah. You sexy. You sexy. You sexy. You fine. I'm having last question. I'm having difficulties keeping on top of my food. Is there a nutrition plan you could recommend? Elimination diet. Check out the blog on swolenormousx.com and check out my content on the elimination diet. It's the best way to approach your nutrition from all my experience and from members. There isn't one specific plan. You need to customize and learn how your body works best. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for episode 1196 of the Most Muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleezecast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. I'll see you tomorrow for 1197, a little Flex Friday action of the Daily Swole. Peace, McGee's fam. Deuce Magoose, your boy Papa Swole. Out. Out. No wants to go.